It's 2 p.m. and you just crashed. Your neck is stiff, your focus is all gone, and your to-do list is staring you down as if it has a personal grudge or something. And you've done all the work, the audits, the lab work, even the notebooks. But right now in this moment, you don't need a 5-year plan. You need an answer for how you're feeling right now. And today, AI will give you one. Because today we're building something I wish I had 25 years ago. Not a health tracker or a wellness app with generic notifications, but a personalized well-being operating system. One that knows your body, your personality, and your patterns, and will tell you what to do about how you're feeling right now. Hi, I'm Chantal, and welcome to AI for 50 Plus, born before Wi-Fi, owning AI. Now, if you've been with me through the series, last week we did something really cool. We figured out our biological age, but that's long range. Today we're going to flip the lens because long-term resilience is built one afternoon at a time. And if you're new to the series, welcome. I'm really glad you're here. Today's prompts rely on your daily journal and on your well-being notebook in NotebookLM. So if you haven't set up those, go to video 1. I'll put a link below. In there, I will walk you through setting up the notebooks and also the tier system we use to rank the different factors for longevity and well-being. For years, I blamed my afternoon slump on getting older. Well, turns out that there's a pattern that I could finally see. That 2 p.m. crash feels random, but it's not. It's because you're probably suffering some energy leaks. And those leaks are not huge health crises. They're small inefficiencies that compound over time. Today's goal is to stop guessing and to start seeing the patterns. And by the end of the video, you'll have 2 AI-powered tools that can help you catch those leaks before they happen. Here are the 4 pillars of day-to-day well-being, not for longevity, but the factors that are the most important in day-to-day well-being. And those are not just random buzzwords. They're the highest leverage variables for how you feel in the next 24 to 72 hours, drawn straight from your ranked factors that I explained in video 1. The first pillar is around stress and mood, and that's a tier 1 factor, and it's really the highest priority pillar because unmanaged acute stress doesn't stay in the afternoon. It cascades into tonight's sleep, tomorrow's fatigue, and next week's resilience. Managing stress in the moment isn't a soft wellness advice. It's biological damage control. Pillar 2 is around hydration and electrolyte balance. That's a tier 2 factor, and tier 2 are really important. This is probably the simplest metabolic lever you have and the most ignored. Mild dehydration, not severe, mild, measurably hurts your mood and makes everything feel harder within hours. But what we're looking at is not drink 8 glasses of water. NotebookLM will track your actual intake against your 7-day average, so it will be personalized. Pillar 3 is around movement and sedentary time. And that's a tier 3 factor, but it's still on the list, so it's an important one. And this is not about gym sessions. It's about biological stagnation and inertia. What happens when you sit too long? Frequent light movement keeps glucose clearing, circulation active, and your vigor markers high. The intervention here is measured in minutes, not in miles. And finally, pillar 4, metabolic stability. NotebookLM tracks which protein and fiber combinations led to your highest focus days this week and which fueling patterns led to the 2 p.m. crash. The goal is to find your energy sweet spot, not a generic macro ratio from the internet. Now that we know what to look for with the pillars, let's go check out the notebook. And I'm in notebooklm.google.com. in the day-to-day well-being notebook. And I want to explain to you what's in the notebook, and there are 4 layers. The first one is your personal information in your daily journal. So let me click here in the daily journal. It's called Fast Track Max for me because I'm using it in an app as well. So you go here and you click on it, and what you need to remember is to sync it to make sure that NotebookLM, when it produces the outputs that we will be looking at right after, that it has the latest information. So that's the first layer. So it's not generic, it's your actual numbers, your steps, hydration, sleep notes, mood ratings, food patterns. That's what makes every output yours and not generic. The second one is your medical documents. I'll show you the ones that I have here. They're at the, here we go. So they're blood tests, I have x-rays as well. And those are important because NotebookLM then won't suggest a movement that would conflict with one of your issues. I have x-rays here, and it shows that I have a torn meniscus, for example. So it won't suggest squats, for example. And you'll notice that they're all redacted because I don't want to have personal information floating around, so I never download information in any AI without redacting some information like my last name, my address, my social insurance number. If you want to know how to do this, I explain it briefly in video 1, and the link is in the description. Layer 3 is the psychological lens, because it has to make sure that whatever it suggests in terms of cognitive reframe to help you with your mood, that works with your personality. So let me show you. I have one here, my results from the Big 5. So I simply took 3 tests. I downloaded them in here, and now NotebookLM knows a bit more about me. And finally, of course, the most important layer in terms of numbers is all of the research that has been done, that I vetted, and I explained that in video 1 as well. So it's only peer-reviewed research, trusted sites. I didn't want to put any garbage in there because then everything you'll produce will be garbage. So that's really important. Before I show you the infographic and the dashboard, if you need a bit more help, I'm offering one-to-one AI clarity sessions for people over 50 or younger. If you want more details, check out the pinned comment and the description below. Now for the infographic. And the whole point is that NotebookLM goes into the documents that I mentioned to give you a snapshot of the past week so that you could see patterns. And it's divided really into 3 sections. The first section is the Bioperformance baseline, and that's those 2 boxes here. And that's a visual summary of your actual weekly numbers for steps and hydration. And at a glance, it tells you where did you overperform. Maybe I did a lot more steps and it would affect my energy score here. So where do I leak, really? The second section is the metabolic resilience part, and this is in this part here, and it's that box here and those 3 here. And that explains which protein fiber patterns led to my highest energy days and which meals or timing correlate with afternoon crashes. So that's built from my daily journal again. And it gives you a snapshot of how much you eat. And then you have the last section, which is the cognitive load part. And that's here and those 2. So this one here is the self-reported stress that I put in my daily journal. And here, those 2 come from the personality test, because NotebookLM uses my personality results to explain why certain entries caused stress spikes. For example, I feel a lot of stress when the tasks are not done. So the to-do list, yes. NotebookLM names the pattern, it names it here, and then when it gives a specific intervention, it actually looks at that. And all of these, everything here, feeds into my energy score. And you see that below some of them, you also have some energy scores, specific ones as well. So this lets you look at your week and see patterns. It's 2 p.m. and you've crashed and you're tired and your back hurts. So what do? Well, what you do is you use the second prompt, and I'll show you right now where you personalize that so that you can get a dashboard that actually works with how you're feeling, and you get a dashboard like this one. So what you do is you go into the prompt. I'll show you the prompt here. And you'll see here in phase 1, user input. So when you look at the prompts, and the links are in the description, there's going to be towards the beginning that phase 1 thing, and then you have to add something, and this is what I put. My upper back hurts and I'm tired. I'm trying to finish my YouTube video series. Yeah, that was giving me a lot of trouble. So I did this, I put that into Studio Infographic, and this is what I got. NotebookLM addresses 4 dimensions at once. First is the physical here. And it's a specific micro break or mobility habit, but it's filtered with my x-rays so that it doesn't give me something that will cause an issue for me. So that's right here, and it talks about the x-ray here as well. Then it gives you the biological dimension, so it looks at my hydration with my average, and tells me whether I should increase it a bit or that, I'm okay, so it does here. Then it looks at psychological here, achievement reframe. It pulls from my personality profile for a cognitive reframe that actually fits me. So for example, I've mentioned my dutifulness here or high orderliness, and my to-do list can really haunt me. So reframe to-do list as a tool for self-direction and not a constraint. And the fourth one is physiological, and it's around research-backed breathing exercises that are pulled from the research. Here, it's the physiological sigh, and it says to perform 2 quick inhales followed by 1 long exhale to rapidly downregulate stress. You'll notice once you've done this a few times that your energy crashes are not random. Usually they have a pattern. And NotebookLM can really finally help you see that pattern. And as you can see, there are plenty of tools that it recommends, depending on what you put in the prompt, that you can choose to bring your energy back up. And my biggest energy leak, and what I used, is actually getting up from my chair. Because you see it here, the activity snack protocol. I sit for a long time. Now, I'm pretty sure I will not do 30 minutes. I will do probably every hour, and I've started doing that a lot more. Why don't you try it? Start logging all that beautiful data into your daily journal, and even only 4 or 5 days worth of data is enough for NotebookLM to start showing you some patterns. And then when you hit that wall one rainy afternoon, try the dashboard. And probably you'll get some nice things to try to get you out of that slump. Now, next week is video 9, the finale. And that's where we talk about when the system starts running you instead of the other way around. Or in other words, when optimizing your health becomes a source of stress. In the finale, we're gonna show you signs that you're in that optimization death spiral and exactly how to get out of it. Thank you for watching, and see you next week in the finale.